Welcome to the deep dive. I'm
Yeah.
incredibly excited to have you with us today because we're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, we are.
We have this massive stack of sources on the table right now. We're talking official league data, tactical tracking metrics, the raw narrative feeds, the actual official rule
It's the whole
books.
9 yards.
Exactly. And our mission today is to step right into the broadcast booth. We are taking you into a thrilling, high-stakes match of Manaball.
Which is, the 340-year-old magical sport over at Manheim Academy.
Right, and we're looking specifically at an explosive matchup today, Game 16, the Crimson Tigers versus the Verdant Deer.
It's honestly the ideal game film to tear apart if you want to understand the modern meta.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this for you first, because if you're not deeply familiar with Manaball, we need to set the stage. Picture a four-dimensional hybrid of hockey and controlled flight.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
They play inside this 210-foot-long, 95-foot-wide, 30-foot-high, completely transparent, magical dome.
And you have players wearing enchanted mana boots that allow them to just basically fly, defy gravity entirely.
Carrying these specialized monastics, chasing a gravity-defying mana orb. So for this deep dive, we are going full sports analyst mode.
Oh, absolutely. We're breaking down the live action energy, the strategy, the momentum shifts of Game 16 as if we are calling the plays right from the announcer's desk.
Right, so let's set the scene. Imagine the atmosphere inside that Manheim dome. The banners are flying, the students are just absolutely packing those upper galleries. The anticipation is buzzing because you have a massive clash of styles here.
Two entirely incompatible tactical philosophies colliding.
Let's talk about the Crimson Tigers first. They are the home team and, frankly, the league's most dangerous offensive force.
Unquestionably.
They play this really aggressive 3-2-1 system. So that's 3 centers, 2 strikers, and just 1 defender.
Just one, which sounds crazy.
Right. They want to dominate the tempo and use all 3 vertical layers. The upper layer, the neutral plane, and the lower layer.
And then you look at the away team, the Verdant Deer. They are the exact opposite.
Total opposite. Patient, resilient, defensive.
They run a traditional 1-2-3 system, 1 striker, 2 centers, 3 heavy defenders. They want to dominate the lower layer, just absorb all that pressure and launch these devastating counterattacks.
What's fascinating here is, well, actually, I'll let you take this.
Yeah, I was going to say what's fascinating here is the strategic tension. It is the ultimate test of 2 signature moves. You have the Deer's Forest Trap, where they collapse around the slot to intercept and counter, going right up against the Tigers' Crimson Collapse.
Where they just swarm the offensive zone all at once.
Exactly. And the key players to watch in this clash are huge. For the Tigers, you've got A-tier commander Liz Hadbucks running the offense using Morphomancy,
She is a powerhouse.
paired with playmaker Sydney Distancic, who is an absolute savant with ecologics.
And on the other side,
For the Deer, it's all about Guardian Carter Vobs. He thrives under pressure, and he's facing off against the Tigers' Guardian, Devin Grazzo.
okay, so the stage is set. Let's jump right into the action. Period 1. The avalanche begins.
I love that description.
The Arbiter drops the mana orb, the whistle blows, and right away, the Tigers do not even let the Deer set up their defensive structure.
They bypass the lower layer entirely.
Completely. Distancic intercepts a sloppy pass in the neutral plane. She doesn't even hold the orb. She just instantly feeds Liz Hadbucks.
Using that ecologics to create a localized vacuum tunnel.
Yes. She threads this high-velocity feed. Hadbucks shifts her monastic mid-swing and just fires a quick shot right past Vobs. First blood, 1-0 Tigers, just like that.
It was blindingly fast. Vobs didn't even hear it coming because of that vacuum tunnel silencing the aerodynamic drag.
Here's where it gets really interesting. You'd expect them to reset, right? Catch their breath.
Protect the lead.
Right, but no. Striker Autumn Fallon catches an outlet pass, hits the neutral plane, and we have a fast break.
She uses illusions here.
She channels illusions magic, project a phantom double driving left. Vobs twitches for a fraction of a second, and Fallon just blasts a shot to the right. Boom, 2-0. The relentless pressure is insane.
The Deer were totally disoriented. They couldn't handle that lateral speed across the upper layer.
But the Deer do get a brief response, a tiny pulse.
Right. Marco Moon sets up striker Val Magnotti.
It's a clever little dipping goal. Makes it 2-1. Gives you a fleeting moment of hope for Verdant.
But that was an opportunistic strike. It wasn't their system actually working.
Definitely not, because closing out the period, the Tigers ruthlessly regain control. Ty Clyde The electromancy user strikes twice in rapid succession.
Heavily assisted by just razor-sharp passing from Hadbucks.
Oh, Clyde is magnetically snapping the orb to his stick. He doesn't even catch it, just receives and shoots. Horn sounds, 4-1 at the end of the first.
So if we break this down, the reason the deer system is failing so spectacularly is geometric. The deer rely on the lower layer for interceptions. That's the whole point of the force trap. You wait for the orb to drop, you intercept, you counter. Right. But the tigers are using the neutral and upper layers to bypass the trap entirely. They are rotating their three centers, keeping the orb high, and just mathematically overwhelming the defense.
Verdant just does not put enough bodies in that upper flight band.
Exactly. It is exhausting trying to defend a team that simply refuses to let the orb drop into your zone.
Which brings us to period 2, the offensive explosion. This was an absolute showcase of 3D gameplay.
Verdant could not slow the pace down at all.
So visualize this four-dimensional space for a second. The tigers are swarming the upper layer. They're executing these wild dive shots, aerial arc passes. The neutral plane mana-gravity is constantly in play, pulling down on the orb.
But the tigers are moving so fast, their passing speed completely negates the orb drop.
They're outrunning gravity.
They turned the dome into a three-dimensional battlefield.
And it essentially turns into the Liz Hadbuck show. Total dominance. She starts by crashing the ring, scores off a rebound right near the goal ring.
Using a little morphomancy to elongate her reach.
Beautiful play.
That way.
Then she transitions into a playmaker, sets up Fallon on a fast transition, Distancic gets in there, feeds Sarah Vanderbilt for another goal. It's just a clinic.
The deer are completely unraveling here. Their structural weakness is being brutally exposed.
They are grounded, right? They struggle when they are forced to play aggressively out of their comfort zone in that upper airspace.
Yeah, they don't have the personnel for the vertical height.
There's a lone spark for the deer. Teresa Walder manages this huge long shot past Tigers guardian Devin Grazzo.
Which barely dents the momentum.
Hardly at all. It was a nice shot, but the period ends and the score is a staggering 8-2.
8 goals in 40 minutes.
Unbelievable. So moving into period 3, the final frame, resolution. The Tigers have this massive lead. Any normal team drops into a defensive shell here. Keep the foot on the brake right. Protect your players. But no, the Tigers keep their foot firmly on the gas.
Well, they want that goal differential for the playoff seeding. They're sending a message.
And the message is loud. Let's call the defining play, the moment of the match. Right here. Ty Clyde forces a turnover on the boards. He hyper-accelerates through the neutral plane.
Creates a massive fast break.
He spots Hadbuck slicing through the center. Clyde threads the needle. Hadbuck catches it in stride and buries it, securing her hat trick.
That's an unbelievable 8-point performance for Liz Hadbucks. 3 goals, 5 assists.
It's statistically insane, but wait, it gets better. The final goal of the night. The absolute insult to injury.
Oh, this was wild.
Chad Griffith, the Tigers' sole defender, the enforcer. He sees the deer are broken. He steps all the way up from the defensive line, abandons his post entirely, flies into the offensive third, and fires a booming long drive shot into the net.
The enforcer strikes.
The final horn blows. Crimson Tigers 10, Verdant Deer 2. An absolute massacre.
It really was. But, while the offense gets all the glory with a 10-2 scoreline, there is an unsung hero here.
Devin Grazzo.
Exactly. The Tigers' guardian. He had a quiet but incredibly crucial performance.
I mean, if you look at the stats, Verdant actually put up a fight offensively.
Right. They took 24 shots. That is not negligible. But Grazzo stopped 22 of them.
Posting a .917 save percentage.
Yeah.
Highly realistic. Incredibly impressive numbers for a guardian left on an island.
And how he did it is what's amazing. He utilizes demonology, what you rarely see in that position.
Usually they build physical barriers, right?
Yeah, but Grazzo was manifesting these localized spatial rifts.
Like miniature gravity wells in the crease.
Exactly. He was decelerating the incoming shots, dragging the orb right out of the air. He ensured the deer never gained a foothold, never got any momentum.
So what does this all mean? We look at the post-game box score wrap-up. The Tigers generated a staggering 40 shots compared to the Deer's 24.
It was a systematic dismantling.
What are the league implications here? Because we're talking about a 9-game regular season.
Right. Every game matters. And this win cements the Tigers as an unstoppable force when they find their rhythm. It proves that overwhelming aerial aggression can completely dismantle a disciplined positional defense.
And there's a massive takeaway here for you listening, even outside of Manaball or magical sports. It connects perfectly to real-world team dynamics.
Oh, so?
Well, There's always this tendency to rely on passive, highly structured defenses, waiting for the opponent to make a mistake, setting a trap.
Sure, playing it safe.
But sometimes, the best defense isn't a trap at all. It's an offense so overwhelming, so fast, that the opponent can't even think. They can't even participate.
You take away their ability to play the game.
Exactly.
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this raises an important question for everyone following the sport.
What are you thinking?
In a sport with limitless verticality and magical influence, will defensive systems like the Verdant deers eventually become obsolete? I mean, look at it. Will this 10-2 blowout force a total evolution in how the lower layer is defended? If you can't defend the airspace, are you just done?
That is a terrifying thought for the rest of the league. It's definitely something for you to mull over until next time. Keep your eyes on the airspace, everyone. Catch you on the next deep dive.